Alright guys, the Iceman here on this Friday night on the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel, and I was going to wait till tomorrow, but I did decide to put this video up tonight. It is going to be the Night of Champions predictions, and I want to say this much about this pay-per-view. I'm not really all that enthused about it. I think it will be pretty good, but it's not the caliber of a pay-per-view that I've seen so many times in the past. But anyway, on the pre-show, we're going to see a tag team turmoil match. Basically, you're going to have a number of tag teams face each other, and the winner will end up facing the Shield for the tag team belts on the actual pay-per-view. So we're going to see the Primetime Players versus the Usos versus the Tons of Funk versus the Real Americans versus 3MB. And again, this is the number one contender match. And, I'll have to tell you, a miracle would have to happen if 3MB were to win. Another miracle would have to happen if Tons of Funk won. And nothing taken away from the Real Americans, Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger. I think since Swagger got his arrest prior to WrestleMania, he has just gone downhill, and I don't think he can recapture the momentum that he had back then. So I count this tag team out. I think it's going to come down to the Primetime Players and the Usos. And if I were to pick which one I would want to win, I would go with the Usos because I've watched them a lot lately. And these two guys are very, very talented in the ring. If you watch SmackDown tonight, they got involved with Dolph Ziggler and The Shield in a six-man tag team match. And this was a superb match. I mean, this match was extraordinary. The Usos showed what they really can do when they have the right opponent. So if I were to pick who I'd like to win this tag team turmoil, I would like to see the Usos face the Shield at Night of Champions. All right, now getting to the actual card. We're going to have the Divas Championship match. It's a fatal four-way. We have the Divas champion AJ Lee going up against Natalya versus Brie Bella versus Naomi. And I'll tell you, if it's best for business, in Triple H's words, AJ Lee should retain the Divas Championship because she is the most colorful diva the WWE has today. It's always fun to watch her in any kind of segment that she does. She just makes you sit there and want to watch. I mean, you don't even want to leave the room while she's on because you don't want to miss anything. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be time for AJ Lee to lose the belt. And a lot of people are hoping that Natalya gets it. I don't think Naomi really has got a shot at it. But I'm going to give, if anyone is to win the Divas title and take it away from AJ Lee, if she is to lose, I think it's going to be Brie Bella. And I think it's only for the fact that they want to keep on promoting Total Divas. I think this would be a big boost for the Total Divas show. And can you see Brie Bella with the title? I mean, she'd be worse than AJ Lee running around bragging that she got the belt. So that's who I pick to win should AJ Lee lose the Divas title. I'm going to give it to Brie Bella. Okay. Now, it was announced on SmackDown that Dolph Ziggler is going to go after Dean Ambrose for the United States Championship. Why Ziggler would go after that belt is beyond me because he's had the World Heavyweight title. But they've sort of taken a lot of things away from Dolph since he's made a lot of negative comments towards John Cena and Randy Orton publicly. And so he's sort of in the doghouse. But, this might be a match where Dean Ambrose gets beat, and nothing to take away from Dean Ambrose, but I think if he were to lose, it's because he's going to go for the much more prestigious title. And so this is a win-win situation really for both of these guys. Dolph Ziggler will recapture some glory, and Dean Ambrose can move on up the ladder and maybe go for the WWE title or the World Heavyweight title. And again, this is going to all depend on who's really holding the belt. So we'll just have to wait and see. But this is my prediction here. I think Dolph Ziggler is going to take the U.S. title away from Dean Ambrose, and if he doesn't, there'll probably be some interference from the other Shield members. Hopefully there won't. I'd like to have at least one pay-per-view by the WWE that goes through very cleanly. But this pay-per-view, I don't see that happening whatsoever. So we'll have to wait and see. As far as the tag team titles go with the Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, I feel that if the Usos win the tag team turmoil, or even the primetime players, I think it's a good chance that the Shield could end up losing their tag team titles. I think it's time for them to lose. I really think it's time, basically, for the Shield to look they look so indestructible. And there was a time not too long ago that they were losing. And but now that the corporate thing has evolved, the Shield is looking stronger than ever. But I think it's time for the Shield to get beat. So I would love to see the Usos get the tag team title belts. I think they're well deserving of it. The primetime players are also deserving. Both teams have a lot they can prove. They have a lot of athletic ability. And for me, though, watching the Usos I love it. I just love their, high-flying moves and whatnot. So I'm hoping that it will be the Usos going up against the Shield. And if it is, I do believe that the Usos will come away with the tag team gold. So there's my prediction there. Okay, we also have the World Heavyweight Championship match, Alberto Del Rio against Rob Van Dam with Ricardo Rodriguez in his corner. Alberto being the World Heavyweight Champion. A lot of people are saying that Ricardo is going to screw over Rob Van Dam. For my way of thinking is, I see Alberto not losing this match no matter what. I think Alberto is a really great, strong heel champion. And right about now, I see no reason to take that belt away from him. I think he is just doing a great job at what he's been doing. And I think the WWE thinks so as well. So Alberto doesn't need no help to retain this title from RVD, because I think Alberto Del Rio is that good to where he doesn't need any help, and he will retain it on his own. So look for Alberto Del Rio to still remain World Heavyweight Champion. Then it comes to CM Punk versus the Intercontinental Champion Curtis Axel and Paul Heyman in a handicap elimination match. Whereas if Punk defeats Axel, he gets to Heyman. This storyline and feud needs to come to an end. I think it's been drawn out long enough. I do see CM Punk defeating Curtis Axel, and one of the reasons too is because the belt isn't on the line, and a lot of people are saying, well, it's the Night of Champions, why isn't the belt on the line? It could be for two reasons. Because why would CM Punk want to go after the IC belt? And secondly, he probably wouldn't want it anyway. So I do see CM Punk coming out on top of this and getting his hands on Paul Heyman, and this would just pretty much end it. And it needs to end. I think CM Punk needs to go on and go after the WWE title once again. And I don't see him getting it anytime soon, but he needs to get back into that title mix and get away from all this Paul Heyman nonsense. So, yeah, I see this feud ending with CM Punk coming out on top. And then we have the WWE Champion Randy Orton going up against the challenger Daniel Bryan, who, as we all know, was screwed at SummerSlam, and I'm not sure why this storyline came about. Um, but a lot of it had to do with John Cena leaving, and there was a lot of rumored reports that John Cena was going to hold the belt till Survivor Series and probably lose in a fatal four-way. But with Cena having to take off a lot sooner than expected and have the surgery done, they sort of changed what they were going to do. But in any event, if anybody thinks Daniel Bryan's going to win this belt this soon from Randy Orton and really take down the corporate, you're sadly mistaken. I do believe there's going to be a lot of outside interference, and it's going to be another screw job. Daniel Bryan is going to get that close, but he's going to get screwed once again. And I'm really not looking forward to a pay-per-view that's going to have a lot of screw jobs, because I really do believe there's going to be a lot of outside issues and whatnot. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the pay-per-view, but I just honestly think that the card could have been a lot better. But this is what the WWE has to offer right now, so I'll definitely be watching, and we'll just have to see what happens, guys. I mean, it should be fun. So we'll all know after Sunday night around 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time who actually retained, who actually won. So it's all there. So enjoy the show, everybody. Peace out, everybody. This is the Iceman, and we'll see you again next time. Have a great night.